Hi, welcome to Sapphic Lit Pop-Up Author Interview. I'm Felice Cohen. Today we have Robin Lowey. We're going to talk about her book, Boyhood Reimagined. Robin, how you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you, Felice.
You too. So tell us a little about the book.
Well, it is called Boyhood Reimagined, Stories of Queer Moms Raising Sons, and it's an anthology. It's based out of, well, a couple of the women who started it are in Canada, and it includes a lot of queer moms throughout the country. So I happen to be one of them.
Nice. How did they find you?
Because I have this thing called Lesbian Game Changers, where I've done another book and some films. And
Very
they,
nice.
they saw me on a different podcast and wanted me to be included.
That's great. So what did you write about in your story?
I talked about how hard it was to come out and how I didn't want to have children, and my ex really wanted them. And then we had two boys, and how toxic masculinity weighed heavily on our minds. And we did a great job raising these incredible activist humans that are both straight white men now. And anyway, my son, the younger one, was recruited to write the foreword in the book, which turned out to be like the best thing in here, really. I mean, I'm not biased at all, but it is so heartfelt. And he calls himself a queer spawn. He refers to the fact of having two lesbian moms as his superpower.
I love that. And how old are your boys now?
29 and 36. No, 35. I
Wow,
They got old. It's crazy.
that is crazy, but you're only 42. So how did that happen, right? It's
I wish.
amazing. So, um, what can today's queer families get from what you wrote about?
Well, from what I've learned, a lot of young queer families are having boys, and they're concerned that these humans are going to grow up to be not who they would appreciate in the world. And I'm just here to kind of represent the fact that in my essay that boys raised by lesbians are going to get kind of a double dose of a female ethic, meaning, nurturing ability to talk about your feelings, just empathy, and that the whole people were very concerned about, is there enough male influence for them? And my answer to that is that the whole world is a male construct, and the
Mhm.
patriarchal structure occupies 99% of everything we see or do on TV, everything we read. I mean, it's a male culture, so they're getting plenty of that. So to have two women raise you clearly makes a better man. This is my
I would,
premise, as is many of the women in the book. And, we just have a lot to offer, not just queer moms or queer trans or people having queer families, but straight families as well, just to learn from how we've raised our boys in a way where they are extra nurturing, kind people.
right. And sensitive. I mean, that's great. I think that's wonderful. So, time goes fast. Tell us quickly about Lesbian Game Changers.
Lesbian Game Changers is a project I started a few years ago. It involves a book that I donated to all the schools in the Bay Area of San Francisco area. And I created a lesson plan and some films. And it has just been such a big hit. And it highlights lesbian heroes across the country that are the role models, that are the shoulders that I think young queer people stand on now. They didn't have their own role models.
Mm. Well, that's great. How can people find you?
You can go to lesbiangamechangers.com, and you can find this book, Boyhood Reimagined, on Amazon, or Motina Books is the publisher. Motina, Motina.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I'm
This
so
was fun.
glad that you called me up and got this going on.
Glad it worked out. All right. Thank
Thanks.
you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.